Yeah, the game's really growing right now, becoming a lot more of a global sport. 26.4% of the players in the big leagues have been signed from the international market.
The international signing period, international scouting is really our opportunity, every organization's opportunity to acquire players as amateurs out of countries outside of the United States and Canada. Every year we sign a pool of players. There is a peak period, January 15th, which is the official signing date.
So in January 15th, 2026, that will be the first day that players for the 2026 season can sign their agreements anywhere in the international market.
One of our sayings is, there's no start date, there's no end date. Unlike the draft, we're signing players constantly. We have a peak period on January 15th, but beyond that, we're signing players throughout the year.
It starts with our scouts. It starts with our people on the ground, and it starts with one person going to a field and identifying that player. And once you identify that player, to begin the relationship, begin talking to the kid, talking to his trainer, talking to his agent, talking to his families.
Most of the time, the players that we're talking about leave home at a very young age. They have some different figures in their life that they trust, and finding out who those people are to be able to have those types of conversations, to kind of get a 360 view of who this player is outside of just talking to them, it looks a little different for every player.
The first time I see a player that I liked, the most important thing to figure out is what's their full name, and then being able to just get a little further information on what team or teams they play for, where they come from, where they live. If it's, sometimes there might be like a boarding school or parents are separated and they're going to be in a couple of different spots, and just get an idea on, hey, where am I going to be able to continue to see this player?
We have an idea as a staff of what we value as Pittsburgh Pirates, the tools, the traits, the capabilities that we consistently look for in our amateur players. That doesn't change regardless of the market that we're in. What does change is maybe the gap between where a player is and what he can ultimately accomplish. And so when we talk about players that have had access to different tools and different resources, that's something that we have to take into consideration as we project on what a player's ultimate potential is.
If we believe this player's a winner, if we believe this player is a quality person that's going to compete and he can be very aggressive as a baseball player, that's when we know we're going to go. Because again, when you start an international, especially in Latin America, you're starting with one extra step that you talk about in the United States.
The Academy has been here since 2009. They were in San Pedro before they moved here. The facilities are amazing.
It is consistently recognized by Major League Baseball as really the standard bearer in the Dominican Republic.
It's been voted top academy year over year for the last 5 years. We're able to invest in our academy. We've already recently gone through a renovation.
We have 4 fields for training. We have an unparalleled strength and conditioning facility. We have classrooms for our students, facilities for recreation. We have the cafeteria.
It's always been kind of a race to have the best academy, and a lot of teams have looked at ours as a model for what they're trying to do. So as the other teams catch up, our staff has done a tremendous job of continuing to push the level of our academy.
It is a place that people want to come. It is a place that families feel comfortable sending their children. It's a place where young players are going to be equipped to go out and perform to the best of their ability on the field and feel as if they're growing off the field.
My Spanish is terrible. I'm sure it's not as good as all of your English, but I really wanted to be down to say congratulations to all of you for the accomplishment, but also let you know how incredibly proud I am of what you all are doing, both on the baseball field, but today celebrating what you're doing as men and academically. And just want to say thank you for what you're doing and congratulations.
When they sign, we guarantee that they're going to get a high school diploma. And we're the first organization to do that.
That's going to affect them on the field and in the long run for life. The fact of the matter is a lot of these guys aren't going to end up playing in PNC Park, and we want to do everything we can to continue to grow them as human beings.
I've had the opportunity to go to our graduation ceremony at our Dominican Academy and to see some of the young players celebrate that accomplishment. It's incredibly special.
We are privileged to say that we have a tremendous high school program that has graduated more than any other major league team so far. 188 graduates, high school graduates in the Pittsburgh Pirates over the last 15 years. If you look at the schedule of our players from the morning that they wake up all the way until about 6 or 7 p.m., they're engaged in some sort of learning, mentorship, opportunities, learning English, trying to find ways to help them prepare for that transition.
We want them to continue to represent who they were as a Pittsburgh Pirate once they're not wearing cleats and a jersey anymore. Most of these kids, for most of their life, their only thought and main goal has been to sign a professional baseball contract. And that just happened. So the first thing that we've got to do is begin to reframe things for them to understand that we have to continue to pursue other goals.
These are long journeys for these players from the minute they step on a field at our academy in the Dominican to stepping on a field in PNC Park. You're often talking nearly a decade of their life to reach that dream. We often tell the players they're going to tell us when they're ready to take that next step. We're going to do everything we can to equip them to do that.
Most of these kids have dreamed about playing in the big leagues, and just the time they get their first opportunity to see that they're making a step towards that, the fact that they get to put on a Pirates hat, put on a jersey with their name on it, is a pretty powerful thing. Then the flip side of that is, they might be their second year in A-ball, and the big leagues still feel a long ways away. And so it's really part of the identification process is who really loves what they do, who really loves the work, who really loves to compete in a way that they're going to be able to fight through those moments where they have doubt, where it starts to feel like unachievable, and they can fight through that and continue on the path to be able to become a Pittsburgh Pirate.